What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about three different cryptos today. The three cryptos we're going to talk about are Titcoin, Morphware, and Supra at the request of Josh A. Josh, we're doing this for you. Normally, I don't talk about three different coins in one video. It's like one video per coin, but these are all three different coins, unique coins that I've never talked about on the channel before. We've talked about Titcoin before in the Discord. I think that I put it on everyone's radar back here. I'm not 100% sure when it was, but I think it was before this last run up. Maybe it was the run up before, but I want to say it was back here. But Metamorph and Supra, I think I've talked about Supra one time, but these are coins that we don't, Morphware, not Metamorph, sorry, Morphware. Those are coins that we don't talk about often, or if at all. And it's good to sift through the dirt. You know what I mean? It's good to look for other opportunities besides just the coins that you talk about, right? It's good to allocate or be aware of other things going on in the market. So we talk about a lot of the same coins day in and day out. Let's get into this. Okay, let's talk about some new ones here. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we're gonna kind of rapid fire this TA today. All right. So here we are at about 3.353 cents. Good volume, guys. We're seeing good volume. This thing got listed on Kraken recently, and it's still getting good volume. The volume we're seeing is 23% of the market cap. If you see here, this is like about average volume. So throughout this whole consolidation phase where you've been boring, you've been getting some solid volume. Kraken listed you. I would assume that there's some accumulation going on here. And Titcoin, as Josh said, it could be the next fart coin. I think that it could be, honestly, or maybe it's not even the next fart coin. I just think that it's probably a good meme that will continue to run because it's just kind of funny. Bitcoin, Titcoin, it rhymes, right? And you've got all these other spin-offs of this, right? I'm not going to say them because they only get worse actually. But there's Coin, and then there's other ones too that they all kind of look similar, right? But I'm going to move on from this because I feel like I'm walking myself into a wall here. This one does look like it wants to continue to grow. I don't know about a cup and handle, but it does look like it wants to continue to grow. Most meme coins, whenever they pump, right, and then they top off, you get sub-average volume. You don't get volume like this. That's 23% on a 24-hour basis, and you can see that this is about average for what you see on a given day. So you don't get volume like this after this, and normally you pull back lower. The fact that you've pulled up here, it tells me that you're probably going to continue going higher. So let's talk about where that'll be. If we take a high to a low, I'm going to have to make my computer louder real quick. For some reason, Deck Screener requires more. It requires more. I don't know how else to put it. So if you guys hear my computer, I'm sorry. But from a high to a low, the next target area would be about 6.1 cents to about 10 cents, if not beyond. If we look at what we've done in your history, let's just see, just to compare it to get like a comparable idea of what these moves are. From a high to a low here, you moved all the way up to your 1886, stopping at your 1272. Very bullish consolidation there. What about here, relatively speaking, high to low? 1886 that one time, 2272 that next time. Okay, and oh wait, what, you found support here at the 1272. Oh, that's nice. You might go all the way up to 10 cents, man. You really might be going all the way up to 10 cents with this thing. That's my thoughts. Let's see, high to low here. Gotta love meme coins, man. We don't talk about enough meme coins on here, but this one I think will grow. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If you're investing in meme coins, you better be in it to make money, right? Get in and get out. That's kind of the game plan. You don't want to be in a long-term position in meme coins, you guys. Get in and get out, right? So if you're looking to get in, just make sure you get out. Don't hold it for the long term. That's just my thoughts. The reason why you don't want to hold it for the long term is because as small as this pullback was, rather tame it was, from a high to a low, that was 74%. That was a tame pullback. You get me, right? So like, you don't want to hold it for the long term. You want to hold it for the pumps. Get out of it once it pumps. That's the nice thing about meme coins. You don't have to. There's no pressure. You can basically sell. Let's say it goes all the way up to 10 cents. You can basically sell anywhere in this zone, and by the time it finds resistance, even if it goes all the way up to 14 cents, by the time it finds resistance, it'll likely come back down to prices that are lower than where you sold, right? And even maybe more than that. They might even fizzle out to nothing. So just get in and get out with these things, but. Yes, I do think it's going to continue to grow. I think you're about to break out, actually. So that's a good one there. I'm going to close this out. Let's move on to the next one, which is, was it Metamorph? Is that what it's called? Or I keep forgetting. Morphware. Why do I want to call it that? Morphware. Sorry about that. So Morphware here. This one does look like a cup and handle, and I actually really like it. I'm going to change this now. I don't need it to be so loud. Sorry if that was annoying for anybody, but it should be quieter now. So this is actually a really nice double bottom. This right here, to me, what it looks like is an Eve and atom double bottom is what that looks like. And you've made, I think this measure move is actually perfect. Let's just see from a low to a high of the pattern. You put it right there. Okay, you fell just shy of the measure move, and that happens sometimes. Yeah, I see the cup and handle. I like to look at cup and handles out of log. Yeah, it looks like a cup and handle to me, man. It sure as hell does. So let's actually measure what would that move take you to if it is a cup and handle from a low to a high. The expectation would be you go all the way up to 26 cents and you're at 11 cents now. So yeah, I think it looks really good. Whether you want to call it a cup and handle, you want to call it a bull flag, whatever, I think it looks more like a cup and handle than a bull flag, but you might consolidate more. Handles, cup and handle patterns are known for a lot shorter consolidation phases, while bull flags can be a little bit longer. So time will tell, but just because it's longer doesn't mean it can't perform the same as a cup and handle. If this is a bull flag, and I'm going to call it a bull flag because I can, from a low to a high, this is where I would take the low to high because you stopped here for a few days. So I'm going to take this low to high for the bull flag. Maybe it should even be here. Maybe we could be even more conservative. Let's take a couple measurements just to get this right here. Let's see. What about from a low to a high here? Something between 23 and 28 cents, 28.8 cents. That splits the measure move from the cup and handle would split that in half. So yeah, I got no problems with that. Definitely looks like you want to move above 20 cents, and here you are at 10 cents now. What is this thing? Do your own research, you guys. Remember, do your own research. Morphware, not Morpheus. $90 million market cap, low volume. That's not a bad thing though. I mean, you're consolidating right now. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. XMW, is that what it is? XMW, do we have that? Nope. Yeah, let's see here. So beyond going to 26, 22, 28 cents, whatever it might be, beyond doing that, and I don't know if I should take this. We found support right at that golden ratio. I think I should take this one though, because that's like the fake out low. Yeah, we're gonna take this one. I think that inevitably you might stop in this kind of area momentarily. Maybe you consolidate, find support, and then continue running up, but inevitably you are going to run higher. I think that you'll see prices above 32 cents, maybe even as high as 60 cents by the end of this next endeavor. And who knows, you absolutely could go higher. With a market cap like 90 million, you've got a lot of potential to grow. And I got to say, I really like this chart. I think it looks good. I think the volume looks good here, building. Obviously, volume's died off as you're consolidating. That's fine. And you really do look like you're positioned to see some new all-time highs. So Morphware, check it out if anybody's looking for a new coin to invest in. Just make sure you do your own research, right? So because we're just kind of doing this one on the fly today. XMW, there's that one. What's the next one? Supra. Yeah, I remember talking about this one. I don't remember when we talked about it. I feel like, I don't know, didn't I talk about Supra? Let's look here. Let's go to my videos. My videos. Oh, need to plug that in. Let's see how we doing on this. Okay, good. Supra. I swear I've talked about Supra before. No? Really? Huh. Maybe it's a different coin. I thought, interesting. Well, that's okay. Supra. Here at about 007 right now. Consolidating right below this kind of consolidation phase here, right? If you look at this from a high point to a low point, you had a little phase of consolidation right here, and then whenever you broke out, you continued going lower. You're at the top end of that range right now. You're kind of looking the exact opposite. Here you consolidate at the bottom of the range. You move through the top of the range pretty quickly, where here you're consolidating at the top of the range. Is it an inverse head and shoulders pattern? I know you're saying that you think this is a cup and handle. I don't think this is a cup and handle, though. I mean, maybe if you take it out of log. I wouldn't call it a cup and handle. It closer resembles an inverse head and shoulders, if I'm being honest. But I wouldn't call it that. It could be, probably not. Probably not. No, I'm going to take it back. I don't think that it is. But anyways, looking at this from a high to a low, it certainly does appear as though you've broken out of your downtrend. Hitting the 236 like this, knocking on the door a couple times, that's a good thing. I think that you are about to break through. Supra, $94 million, $2.7 million volume. That's fine because you're consolidating, right? We want more volume as you're moving higher, but you've been boring for a week, so I'm not going to hold that against you. I think your next target area, just looking at where you are now, 007, you're probably going to go to about 2.5 cents to 3.1 cents, somewhere up here. At the very least, I would expect that you hit the green line because it looks like you got some nice resistance here. I've been noticing a lot of cryptos have been consolidating around their 236 and then just bypassing the 382, going right up to their green line, or even the golden ratio. So I would say something between about 1.75 to 3.12 cents is where you're going to go next, this kind of area here. And once you break above this area, when you see above that, then we can start talking about new all-time highs. Will you see new all-time highs or not? I don't know. I don't know enough about this coin, but I definitely believe that with the rest of crypto, you'll probably get a little leg up here over the coming days, over the coming weeks. But that's all I got, man. That's all I got. And as far as what new all-time highs could bring, if we're looking at this, let's just see, for just to tempt ourselves here. I mean, hey, man, that minimum target, it's a 26x. I might have to look into this thing real quick. Hold on. We're gonna look into it real quick. I'll just give you guys my thoughts. If it's good, I'll tell you. If it's bad, I'll tell you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, okay? If it's whatever, then I'll do that too. Let's see here. Circulating supply, blah blah blah. Max supply is this. So you got a lot of diluting to go. All right. So that's a little point of concern there. Hopefully you're not diluting it entirely, and that's why you're dumping. Let's see. So that's your all-time history. We're in the log. That's the price action. Let's look at the market cap right now. Yeah, okay, cool. Good. The market cap, you see the low here? While it's at 54 million, that low right there is actually just barely below that, right? It's at 46 million. Whereas the price here, it's all the way up at 009, and then you're all the way down at 0039. That's a huge difference. So that tells me that a lot of this dropping is coming at the expense of the investor and at the profit of anybody who's participating in the ecosystem, the people who were early adopters, part of the project, part of the team, most likely people who are contributing to the ecosystem, whatever that might be. Look at the website. Supra, start key. The Citadel is open. Build the future of crypto with AutoFi. Ooh. Interesting. I'm not going to accept. You guys got to get over the bar. Okay, I'm just going to leave it on there. Okay. Products, developers, ecosystem, learn. Let's go to learn. Research, white papers, sure. Tokenomics, there we go. That's what I want. Can I take it back? I want the tokenomics and utility. That's what I like to see most, first and foremost. I'm going to end this video after we look at the tokenomics, guys, okay? Let's see here. The team is here for the long haul, and 0 team tokens have been unlocked at TGE. The entire team's tokens will be locked for 6 months. Man, you're here for the long haul. The entire team's tokens will be locked for 6 months. No, bro. If you're here for the long haul, lock them for 3 years. You know what I mean? Lock them for 6 years. You're in it for the long haul. That 6 months ain't shit, man. That ain't shit. No. 6 months. November, December, January, February, March, April. So it hasn't been 6 months yet, but there's going to be some unlocks coming, is what we've just figured out. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying don't church it up, man. No. The founders tokens will be locked for 12 months. Okay, well that's nice, right? And that'll probably be another 6 months from now. That's like at the end of the cycle. So they're timing the cycle. It sounds well. When the unlocks start, they will have a gradual drip, releasing tokens slowly over time. Well, that's fine. Super token distribution. Look at this. So I love these. I love picking these apart because really, once you really dissect it, it's really like 80% goes to the team, 20% doesn't. So foundation and treasury, that's the team, 22.6%. Validators and stakers, well, probably a lot of that's going to be comprised of the team. But that's nice too. Ecosystem, I won't count that. We'll leave that 20% out. Team right there. So that's 38%, almost. That's 39% almost, right? 38% there. Others we don't know. So early contributors, that's the team. 50%, almost like 59%. Community and ecosystem, that's not the team. That's actually nice. Countdown to blast off, I don't know what the hell that is. So, but that's actually less going toward the team, at least verifiably that I can see. Circulating supply. All right, so 6 months. That's whenever the pace picks up. All right, so the pace will pick up, and how do we know what that pace is, man? We're just releasing. We're going to get up to 25 billion. Okay, how about this? If we got 6 more months, we won't even be at 25 billion coins by November. Won't even be at 25 billion coins, but you'll be close. You'll probably be right around 20 billion coins is what they're saying there. You've got 13 now, so you're going to dilute your supply a lot over the coming months. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but treat this, if you're looking at it here at 94 million, I would treat it as if it was like I would treat it as if it's basically like 180 million, 175 million already. So what's that growth going to do, right? It's going to do well, but will you see a 26x by the end of June? I doubt it. I really doubt it. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. In time, sure, I think that you can see this, but by the end of June, I think what would be expected would be something around 3.1 cents to maybe 5.6 cents, maybe as much as 8 cents. You could return to your all-time high, but I don't think 18 cents is an end of June thing. I think that's further out. So I hope that all makes sense. I don't know why I just decided to take a little bit more interest in this one. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I got to admit, though, with this one for the long haul, for the rest of the cycle, I'm not impressed. I don't like that unlock schedule. I think that'll hurt performance. It'll still perform. It'll still go up, but I think it'll hurt performance. But what do I know, man? I don't know enough about it. All I know is the token unlock. There could be something that's big about this thing that even with the unlocks, it outperforms everything. So do your own research. I certainly haven't read the white paper. I don't know anything about it. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.